Hello there, everybody. My name is Jim Shear.
I'm Mike Adam.
And welcome to Give Me 5. This week's category is posthumous albums that shouldn't have been released.
Yeah.
Mike, you go first. Give me 5.
There are a lot of them. At the number 5 spot, I'm going to go with B.I.G, Born Again. I thought there were some highlights on the album, like the song he had with Eminem, Dead Wrong or whatever, and there were a couple other ones that were good, but mainly it was pieced together. I mean, you know, Life After Death came out and then he died, so I mean, it wasn't like there was this abundance of material to like whip up, so it was kind of a mishmash, and you could tell. At the number 4 spot, Michael Jackson. Michael, the album called Michael, he had like Akon. Remember the single with Akon? He had 50 Cent. It was the first. It was the first album that came out after he passed away.
I totally forgot about that.
Not Invincible, which was his last album, but Michael, which was after it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna talk about a Michael album, but I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, terrible. It's good. A good thing you forgot about it. 50 Cent was on there. Akon was on there. There were rumors going around that it wasn't even Michael Jackson's vocals they were using.
It was a true release?
No, it was after he died.
But it was like officially put out?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah. The cover was some painting or something that somebody did of him.
Okay.
Yeah. You're thinking about the one after it, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Which Timbaland and somebody else.
Yeah, and I like that's on my list, but
okay,
we're still on your list right now.
So at the number 3 spot, Elvis Presley. The Christmas album in 2008. Why would you do that to him? Leave him alone. They have like Carrie Underwood on there and stuff, just like dubbing over it.
Yes.
Horrendous. At the number 2 spot, and anything that's put out by Tupac that's bad hurts my heart because I love him. Loyal to the Game. For some reason, Eminem got his hands on a bunch of Tupac unreleased verses or whatever, and he produced Loyal to the Game, and it sounds like an Eminem album with Tupac on it. And it's just, I don't know, it's like Tupac would have never allowed that to come out. At the number 1 spot, B.I.G again, with Duets, The Final Chapter. That is the worst album I've ever heard, and it's like such a disgrace. It's like he's like featured on a couple songs basically. It's no new stuff, it's just recycled with other people that he would never really collaborate with.
Some of this may sound familiar.
Let me hear it.
Number 5, Escape from Michael Jackson. It wasn't a bad album, but like you said, there were rumors swirling around that maybe it wasn't Michael singing, and as a listener, it's tough to commit to that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know 100% that that's Michael Jackson. Number 4, Christmas Duets from Elvis, came out in 2008. Featured a whole bunch of duets, including ones from Carrie Underwood and LeAnn Rimes, who weren't even alive when Elvis was walking the earth. So this wasn't even possible, and when things are impossible, they feel unnatural to me.
Yes.
Am I crazy? Number 3, Pac's Life from Tupac, his 6th posthumous album. I could see 1, 2, or 3, but 6 albums after he died. It's crazy to think that he put out more posthumous albums than he did studio albums when he was alive, and this came out 10 years after he was murdered. Number 2, Duets from the notorious B.I.G. With all due respect, it felt like vultures were picking away at his rhyme book. There was a track with Biggie and Bob Marley on it.
Yes.
There was a track with Biggie and Korn on it. It just felt so forced and so contrived. It felt like a money grab. And the number 1 posthumous album that shouldn't have been made, Crash Landing from Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
And this is widely considered the worst posthumous album of all time because record producer Alan Douglas was doing overdubs. He was bringing in session musicians, background singers, and true Jimi Hendrix fans were like, what are you doing? And when you make a posthumous album, you can't offend the loyal fans. That's who you're making the album for.
Well, you should be making the album for, yeah.
And a lot of times it's just for money.
Exactly. Wow, so I love this topic, and there's so many albums you could pick from, so please comment below, and we will talk to you again next week.